is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another dual review video. Today we are taking a look at the two figures that I recently picked up from Elite Series 71. We have got Drew McIntyre and Adam Cole, baby. If you want to see the unboxing that I did of these figures, make sure to head on over to that video immediately after this one. But today we are taking a look at the brand new Elite Series 71 Adam Cole and Drew McIntyre. Here you can see both figures in the packaging. They look absolutely amazing in their little windows here. Of course, they are part of the Elite collection. You can see all the accessories they come with, and these are just two awesome looking figures. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the packaging real quick so we can get these bad boys out. And there you can see an image of both superstars on the sides right there. And if we flip it around, we get a little bit of info on both superstars. You get a little bit of information on each one. This one, of course, is based on Adam Cole's North American Championship reign, whereas this one is based on Drew McIntyre's Raw Tag Team Championship reign with the show-off Dolph Ziggler. You can see all the different superstars we get in the rest of this set. We've got John Cena, Jeff Hardy, Nikki Bella, and The Big Show, all of which are kind of passes for me. Maybe Jeff Hardy down the line, but the rest of them I'm probably going to skip out on. But Adam Cole and Drew McIntyre were definitely the two biggest wants for me. I'm just a huge fan of Adam Cole, and I'm extremely excited to have the North American Championship, as well as the interchangeable hands, and of course that Adam Cole Bebe shirt. And as for Drew McIntyre, I just do not have an updated Drew McIntyre. I wasn't able to get my hands on the NXT Elite, being outside of the US and not having access to a Target, and not willing to pay $150 on eBay. So I'm very excited to have an updated Elite Drew McIntyre, and I honestly think that one looks a lot better than the NXT Elite, but we're gonna find out, because we're gonna take both figures out of their packaging right now and take an in-depth look at each one. Let's get right into it. And there you can see Drew McIntyre and Adam Cole out of their packaging. I gave Adam Cole his Undisputed Era hands, although it's kind of hard to get them in the proper pose due to the limit in Mattel's articulation. I think that's the closest we're really gonna get, unless we get like an Ultimate Edition Adam Cole. Maybe we can pull it off. And then we do have Drew McIntyre. I swapped on the other head so he has his hair in his face like he does in his entrance before he flicks it back. And I think both of these figures do look absolutely amazing. Kind of fitting that we're reviewing them together, considering Adam Cole made his debut by attacking Drew McIntyre. But we're going to get into both figures in depth, starting off with their accessories and then moving on to the figures themselves, comparisons, and all of that stuff. We are going to start things off with the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Right now, we will start off with his accessories. Let's go ahead and get right into that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting into Drew McIntyre's accessories. We do get a great deal of accessories, as we do with Adam Cole as well. So let's go ahead and start off with our two interchangeable heads. One of these are brand new, and the other one is the same one that we saw on that NXT Elite, but it does have a true effects look. I'm not sure if the NXT Elite had that. I don't think it did, but I could be wrong. But this is the one that we did get with that NXT Elite, just with his slicked back hair, whereas this one has the hair in his face for whenever he comes out at the start of his entrance, and then he like spits water out and then flips it back, kind of like Triple H. But anyways, we do have two alternate head scans like that, and I really do like both of them. So I'll probably use this one during the entrance and this one when he's in the ring, but both of them are pretty great. I think it's actually like the same sort of head. If you take the hair out of his face, it looks pretty much identical to the other head. It's just got a different hair piece, really. But I do like both of these. I like the idea behind this head, and I think it works pretty well. I do hope that we start getting some more interchangeable heads, because we really haven't gotten that many, or as many at least that I would have liked. But we do get these interchangeable heads for Drew McIntyre. We also do get a Raw Tag Team Championship belt to commemorate his reign with Dolph Ziggler back when they were together for those few months. And it's the same belt that we've gotten a few times before, I think with the Hardys, and I'm not exactly sure who else, but we've definitely got this belt quite a few times already. It's just the red strap and the silver belts, the current Raw Tag Team Championship design. We also do get two sets of interchangeable hands, which we all have seen before. If I can pick this one up, we do get your standard like open sort of fisted one for holding accessories, as you can see, like the Raw Tag Team Championship belt. And then we do get these more open hands, which we did see with the SummerSlam Elite Daniel Bryan, and I think the Ultimate Edition Ultimate Warrior. And you can use these to do Drew's pose up on the ring post during his entrance. But yeah, I think they're okay. We could have maybe gotten something a bit better, but I'm not sure what else you would really do for Drew McIntyre. So we've got these two sets of interchangeable hands. And last but certainly not least, we get his entrance coat. It's made out of a hard rubber material, but it does fit the figure pretty well. You get a little bit of detail work and texturing on the back here. It does look pretty good. Not a whole lot of difference in color. We do get the odd little gray detail mainly on the front here, but it's a relatively simple looking coat design, and I think it works for Drew McIntyre. Here we do have Drew McIntyre free from all of his entrance attire, and I did go ahead and throw in the in-ring attire, interchangeable head, and just his standard interchangeable hands. This figure does look pretty amazing. The only real complaint I have about it is that the legs are not on ball joints, so it does make the articulation like not the best, but now that you've broken it in a little bit, it's a bit better. I'm just terrified of like snapping the legs off or something like that, but I much would have preferred ball joints. I think Mattel figures should all just switch over to ball joints. It'd just be a better idea in general. I really do like the part choices for this. I especially like that they use the proper boots this time. I know in the NXT Elite they use like the Sting style ones, I think, and it just didn't look good. So I'm glad that he did get just the black lace ups. He's got small knee pads, which are very nice. The part choices are pretty good. I maybe would have gone with a different torso, but I think this one definitely works for Drew. He's absolutely jacked, so yeah, it's perfect in my opinion. And I know another problem that some people had that we will get into with the head scan is this little bit of skin underneath the ear, but we'll go ahead and get into that when we get a proper zoom in on this figure, which we will go ahead and do now so we can take a look at all of the close details. Well, I don't know why we're zooming in on the head scan because we've already covered that. But yeah, he does have this like Triple H style torso with a bit of chest hair on there. Some people don't really like this torso that much, but I think it does work for Drew McIntyre. Nothing really on the back here. He's got some pretty ripped and jacked arms just with some black wrist tape on them. It looks pretty good. Nothing really here, just, you know, it's just black wrist tape. We've seen that how many million times now on just about every figure. Moving down to the trunks here, we do get these two cross logos on the front. And then on the back, we do get a larger shield logo with like a lion on it, and it says McIntyre. That does look pretty awesome. I do really love that. Drew doesn't have that many attires. I feel like this is the only real attire he wears, but I'm sure he's got a few different color designs. And then we do get our small black knee pads and small black boots. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that problem that a lot of people have with this figure, and that is this little bit of skin right here, right under the ear. You see that? It just makes his neck look a lot more fat than it really is if you like look at the front there. But yeah, I don't really like that. I think they should have just cut it off at the ear like they do with most figures. If we actually get Cole in here, you see what I mean? It's like cut off a little bit closer at least. It's not right at the ear. But yeah, I could see why people will be complaining about it. Am I going to do anything and cut it or anything like that? Probably not. It doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, that is pretty well Drew McIntyre. Let's go ahead and get into our comparisons and all of that for Drew. Now, the only real comparison I have here for Drew McIntyre is my Fix Up Elite, which was made using an Elimination Chamber basic figure and a Wade Barrett body just to convert it into an Elite. I've had this guy for a few months now, just to hold me over until this one came out, but this one is very, very outdated. This is his chosen one look versus now where he's like the Scottish psychopath. I do think both figures are pretty amazing. I'm kind of proud of myself for making that fix up, and it's nice to have like an old flashback Drew McIntyre versus him now. You can just really see the changes this guy has gone through, how much more shredded he is nowadays. I honestly would have been okay with us getting this torso on this figure, but I think that this one definitely probably looks a lot better actually in my opinion, because originally I wanted this one over this, but now having it in hand I actually prefer this torso, and I think it works better for Drew McIntyre. There's nothing else you can really compare. We can't go like, oh, this head scan looks better, because they're just from such different time periods in Drew McIntyre's career. I'll go ahead and flip them around, although there's nothing really on the back of this figure. It's just plain black. But yeah, this is my only Drew McIntyre figure as of now, and well, he's getting replaced by this one, because you guys know I'm definitely going to be using this one instead. Not a whole lot else to say. I don't really have any other Drew McIntyre figures or figures that I think we really need to compare to him. Scratch that, guys. There is one more comparison I do need to show him with, and that is, of course, with his at the time tag team partner Dolph Ziggler. There you can see both of them with the Raw Tag Team Championships. I don't think I've shown this fix-up off in a while, but this Dolph Ziggler was the custom one made by MDT, and then I went ahead and threw this Cody Rhodes jacket that I had on there with the American flag. I think it works well for Dolph. I'm not going to buy the Elite 70 at least anytime soon, so I don't have that one to compare with this Drew, but I really do like how the Ziggler works. If he would like to stand up, that would be great. But there we do have the Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash-esque duo of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. I honestly wish they had a better run. They sort of got overshadowed by the Shield return and then just fed to them and, you know, Braun Strowman and all that garbage. But I feel like these guys could have had a way better run and a better feud at the end of it. But it's WWE, so, you know, what more can we expect? But I really do like how these two look together. It's pretty amazing. So now let's go ahead and wrap things up for Drew McIntyre. So there you can see I tried to like recreate Drew's pose on the ring post, but I didn't really have a ring post in here. Obviously, it's an alleyway setup. But as for my final rating for this figure, I'm going to actually give it like a solid 9 out of 10. I think this is probably the best Drew McIntyre Elite we're going to get, and it's the definitive one for me, unless he ends up like changing his look or something like that. It's better than the NXT Elite. It's better than any of his older figures that we've gotten. So I 100% recommend picking this guy up. He just looks absolutely perfect in my opinion. There's not a whole lot I can complain about other than like that one little issue with his neck. I'm glad we got 2 interchangeable heads. The hands work for me. The Raw Tag Team Championship's not a huge deal, but it's nice to have, I guess. The coat works. But yeah, I just definitely love these interchangeable heads. They both look pretty amazing. So that is my rating for Drew McIntyre. Let's go ahead and get into our review for Adam Cole, baby. Getting into Adam Cole, baby's accessories right here. I think we'll start off with the one that probably most people are going to be excited about, and this is the NXT North American Championship. First time we are getting this in Mattel figure form, and I think it looks amazing. The strap color is pretty good. We get these little golden studs right here, which I wish we get on more belts. I don't think we've really gotten that before, but I think the belt looks amazing. The gold plates and all the little detailing here on the main strap, the NXT logos on the side. I think this is going to look great on any of the former champions, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, Johnny Gargano, Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, of course. But I really do like how this title looks. I love the little gold detail on this side as well. The plates look really shiny, really amazing. It buckles up quite easily actually for a belt. Sometimes you have trouble getting them together, but no, this one goes together pretty easily, and you can recreate a lot of the matches that have happened for this title, a lot of classic matches, especially that ladder match there in which Adam Cole won it. But I really do like how this NXT North American Championship looks. Not disappointed whatsoever, and very, very excited to have this thing in figure form and finally complete Undisputed Era and have them with all of their gold. Up next, we do get a cloth t-shirt, and it is his Adam Cole Bebe sleeveless shirt. I am very glad that we got a cloth t-shirt with this, because I've been struggling to juggle around the 3 Undisputed Era shirts between the 4 members of the group from that 3-pack. So Adam's usually been without a shirt, and then Roderick, Kyle, and Bobby have all got the shirts on. But we do get this Adam Cole Bebe sleeveless shirt. I do like that they did that too, because Adam Cole always has those sleeveless shirts. And then on the back it does have the Velcro to undo it and put it on the figure, just like all those Mattel cloth shirts have. I am really glad that we did get a cloth one as opposed to rubber though, so that's very nice as well. And I always did like this t-shirt design. So we do have the Adam Cole Bebe shirt. And now with this figure we do get 3 sets of interchangeable hands. The first one is the one that I've demonstrated on the figure already, and these are the Undisputed Era hands. So we do get the U one right here, which I guess you could probably also use as a 2 suite if you wanted to. And then we get the E there, so you can do the Undisputed Era pose, but with the figures it's more going to be like that, because that's the best you can get with the articulation. But they both do look really good. The detailing on this one's really nice, how they've got like the finger going under the other one, and yeah, the sculpt is just really nice on these. You get all the veins and stuff that you normally do with the interchangeable hands, and I really do like it. I'm glad that they did give us the Undisputed Era hands, but I am also very glad that they gave us the Adam Cole Bebe hands so that he can do his signature entrance taunt, as you can see here, just like that. But yeah, these hands also do look pretty amazing. Just the 2 fingers in the air, so you can do the Adam Cole Bebe. Another one I've seen a lot of people putting on there is like the Daniel Bryan yes hands for in his entrance when he does that before he does the boom. But yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I'm definitely going to be doing that down the line. And then we do just get our regular fisted hands that we see with all of our figures pretty much. So here we do have Adam Cole Bebe out of the packaging, and you know, it's a decent looking figure, but the second I took the shirt off I was already pissed off, and we'll get into that in a moment. And just right off the bat, I do already think that his first Elite is much better in most ways, other than like the accessories and the updated CFO logo that has the S now added to it for strong. The part choice for the figure is honestly okay. I feel like he needs bigger legs. These legs are just tiny. I hate the big black knee pads, and I'm pretty sure that his Undisputed armband should be on the right arm, but that's like an easy fix. I'm pretty sure that's usually the arm he wears it on. I'll have to research that and swap it, I guess, if it is. But yeah, I'm pretty pissed off. So let's go ahead and get a zoom in on this figure and not waste our time here. Let's start off with this head scan, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not a big fan of this head scan. I'm usually not a fan of like the open mouth head scans, but I'm just not a big fan of this. I feel like his forehead is just way too massive, and I know a lot of people were saying the same thing. I know we usually wait till the proper comparison part of the video, but we will go ahead and just show it off right next to the first Adam Cole. And yeah, I definitely like the straight face Adam Cole a lot better than Screaming one. This one's true effects just looks a lot better, and I just like the expression much more than this one. I feel like an angry Adam Cole would have been a lot better than like this Screaming one. It just looks goofy, and Adam Cole's like not a goofy character. It works for when he's doing like his Adam Cole baby thing, but that's literally about it. So I don't know what Mattel was thinking there. I feel like we should have just gotten a better looking straight face or an angry one or just something new like that, because this head scan just doesn't do it for me. But anyways, aside from that, moving on down, we do get the updated Undisputed Era armband on his arm there with the S added for Roderick Strong, so that's kind of nice. We're just gonna have to wait and get the rest of the Undisputed Era to have that logo, because they all do have the CFO on them. So that should probably take a good little bit. Over on this arm, we do get Adam Cole's tattoo, and I'm pretty sure it's like exactly the same as the other figure. Oh, it's not actually. This one looks a lot darker if you take a look right there. I don't really have a preference with this one. I think I like this better because it sticks out a lot more. But yeah, some people might like the faded one a little bit more. Maybe he added something to his tattoo. I'm not sure about that. But I do like the tattoo on this figure. I think it stands out a lot more than the other one. And then here is where I got so angry when I took the shirt off this figure, because I saw how many paint scratches were on the damn AC logo. Just look at that. There's like 3 big scratches there, and they are so incredibly noticeable. Just take a look at that. Compared to the other one, there are so many scratches on there and so many paint flaws. I just can't stand Mattel quality control. What the hell? And then moving on over to the back of the figure, we get pretty well the same logo as the last Elite. I guess we're just comparing the two of them right now because I'm kind of pissed off about this new one. It's pretty well the same logo. I think it might be a little bit smaller, but it's silver instead of red. And yeah, it just says Bebe. And I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick it up, but there is a small Undisputed Era logo like right there on the thing. I think you can sort of see it. But yeah, it does say Bebe on the back of his trunks. And then if you move on down, we do get the big knee pads and then the CFOS logo on the boots. So that pretty well does it for Adam Cole Bebe. Let's go ahead and get into his comparisons and all that good jazz. So getting into the first comparison for Adam Cole, there you can see him with the Undisputed Era Epic Moments 3-pack Elite. And yeah, I definitely think the 3-pack Elite's a lot better. These figures are quite similar. The only real difference there being the tattoo, a little bit of difference of color in the attire. As you can see, there's like gray on the newer one, whereas the older one's more like red and gold, and I think the red and gold just pops a whole lot more than sort of the bland silver. We also do get the updated Undisputed Era logos on the boots here. As you can see, they've added the S for Roderick Strong, and the same thing with the knee pads, and the same thing with the armbands here. You get the little added S, and they did change the color on the armband from this one, and I think this one is more of a yellow, where this one's more of a gold, and the yellow does stand out a bit more, so I'm just noticing that now. But we get pretty well the same attire. It's just a difference in color, and yeah, we do obviously get the big difference in the head scans, whereas this one's the straight face, and then this one is the Screaming Adam Cole Bebe sort of one, but you know, looking a bit more goofy. I feel like if he was saying Adam Cole Bebe, it'd look a little bit more angry and menacing than that, and that one just, yeah, I don't like that head scan at all. So I'm more than likely going to be doing a few part swaps between these two figures to make one of them a little bit better than the other, and yeah, those paint scratches are just pissing me off, man. I'm so upset about that. But that is not the only comparison we are going to do for Adam Cole, because we are now going to line him up with his Undisputed Era brother. We're going to get the NXT Championship on him, we're going to get the North American Championship on Strong, and the tag titles on Fish and O'Reilly, and we'll do his rating right there and wrap this entire video up. Let's go. There you can see all of Undisputed Era with all their titles in all of their glory. I love how these figures look together with the t-shirts and the titles. I guess the next thing we need to get is like updated O'Reilly, Fish, and of course the official Strong in the next wave, and hopefully we do get some updated t-shirts for them because this is their first design. But I love how all these four look together with all the titles, and I love that North American Championship on Roddy Strong. You guys know how big of a fan of Undisputed Era I am, so I'm so glad to have these guys all together. But that being said, getting into the rating for Cole, honestly, he's like a 4 out of 10. The accessories are great and all, but I feel like that's the only reason people really care about this figure, because the figure itself just really isn't that impressive, aside from like the updated CFOS logos. So yeah, that's just gonna do it for Adam Cole, and that's gonna do it for this video review on Adam Cole, and of course, the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Let me know in the comments below which figure you guys prefer. I think I prefer the Drew figure, but I'm probably gonna end up using the Adam Cole one more once I do those part swaps. Like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe for more WWE figure related videos, and until next time, I will see you all very soon. Ah!